Do you love carrot cake but feel like it would take ages and a ton of work to make one from scratch? Hello friends, this is Heather the Fed Up Foodie, and this is my mom's old-fashioned carrot cake recipe. It is fluffy, moist, and decadently delicious. And the hardest part is literally just grating the carrots. The beauty of this cake is that it comes together very quickly. However, I do recommend to take a few steps before beginning, such as letting the eggs and frosting ingredients come to room temperature. Also, grating the carrots, draining the crushed pineapple, and chopping the nuts in advance will make the process incredibly smooth. As crazy as it seems, the secret ingredient for this cake is crushed pineapple. It adds a touch of tanginess and enhances the texture with moisture. It is incredibly important though to thoroughly drain the pineapple as to not make the cake soggy. For many, it's tempting to buy pre-grated carrots. However, I highly recommend to grate them yourself because it will yield a much better cake texture. As with any cake, it's important to not overmix the dry ingredients with the wet. This is because overmixing develops the gluten, which results in a dense and tough texture rather than a light and fluffy one. Because of this, gradually add the dry ingredients to the wet and mix until just combined. It's also helpful to scrape down the sides of the bowl periodically to ensure even mixing. If you're not a fan of nuts, they absolutely can be eliminated. However, either chopped pecans or walnuts work beautifully in this recipe. One of the most important tips with baking is to know your oven. Some ovens are extremely powerful and bake very quickly. Because of this, it's important to keep a watchful eye on your cake as it bakes and adjust baking time as needed. To make the best quality cream cheese frosting, make sure to wait until the cake has cooled completely before whipping it together. Also, room temperature butter and cream cheese will help in creating a silky smooth frosting. For the most velvet-like texture, beat the room temperature butter and cream cheese for a full 2 minutes. Add the vanilla and powdered sugar in 2 batches. Beat on low until the sugar is just incorporated and then on high for a full 3 minutes. If you're anything like me and enjoy baking but struggle with decorating your baked goods, then you will find the tips within the recipe post extremely helpful. I share several creative ways to decorate this cake and make it visually appealing. For more recipes like this and for weekly inspiration, make sure to head on over to thefedupfoodie.com and sign up for my newsletter where I share recipes and tips in helping to make cooking from scratch approachable.